Good morning, Simone.
Good morning, Alan.
Good to see you. As you know, this project, Games-Based Training, is addressed to a couple of populations. Primarily, it arose from the difficulties faced by people with low levels of skill entering the labor market. And also it is designed around those who are in adult education with basic skills and challenges and a number of things. So using a games-based training method, the idea was to be able to address needs creatively and innovatively and enable people to progress to labor market participation more successfully. In this project, we have two intellectual outputs. The first one is a guidebook for teaching with serious games. And the second one is an open online training course called Changing the Game. Now, in this project, we have partners from various countries. You are an associate partner, and I would like you basically over the next 10 minutes to talk about the work you've done, your experiences in the project to date. So first, starting off, could you tell us a little bit about your organization, about what it does, where it came from, and the target groups you work with?
Yes, the CFC, Conference for Adult Lifelong Learning and Training of the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland, is an umbrella organization for general and vocational adult learning in Ticino region. Ticino region is the southern part of Switzerland, the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland. Our organization is a non-profit organization supported by the Ticino government, and we promote a sustainable adult education system at every level. Over the past 10 years, we developed and participate in different regional, national and international projects, promoting the acquisition, the recovery, and the maintenance of basic skills for adults. And we have acquired specific skills in promoting this kind of skills, so basic skills, and especially working with vulnerable audiences. Our target, we have different targets, but in this field, our target are low-skilled people, unskilled workers, people needing a first VET qualification, and so on. So yes, in different ways, we participated to various projects at a regional, national, and international level, dealing with the subject of training disadvantaged adults with low levels of basic skills and no formal VET qualification. So these are our main target group.
Very helpful. And there's obviously a very wide range of things that you've been doing with very specific target groups. What has been your specific experience with games-based training, if any?
Yes, it's not a big experience in this field. That's why we are in the project, because we would like to learn to acquire competencies in this field, because we gain quite a lot of experience over the years, and we become aware of the fact that traditional training and learning approaches are not always adequate and are often not suitable for adults lacking in basic skills, and who this kind of adults often live in disadvantaged situation. So in cooperation with cantonal authorities and other partners in our local context, CFC is now looking for ways to really develop and implement new approaches to promote the recovery of basic skills in this target public. For this reason, the research and description and analysis work carried out during the first phase of the game-based training project was very interesting for us. We don't have a lot of experience in this field, but we would like really to acquire new competences, to learn what they do in the other countries, and really this allows us to know new methodologies, to discuss and compare the experiences made in different countries, highlighting some tools that can be successfully transferred to the Swiss context, which is a particular context, of course. And so we really always need to adapt the tools to our context. I have to say that GBT, the game-based training project, enabled us to acquire this skill or some of these skills and to understand how digital technologies can be better integrated and used into training methodologies based on gaming, because it's not only about technology, but nowadays with this pandemic situation, a lot of things are moving on the technology because distance learning is every day more important and used. So yes, we try to explore how game-based training could be transferred and applied to the learning of basic skills. For example, what is quite important for us is the learning of basic skills in the workplace. It's one of the main themes in the last year for us. We think that it's very important to have access to the workplace and to give the workers the opportunity to train all along their career, if you want. So the project gives us some idea to exploit this kind of approach on the workplace.
Now, obviously, you've got a lot of new ideas and insights from your very good description, but can you also say, it's very early, but has there been any impact for either your target group or your staff in looking at these tools or looking at the impact of the tools so far?
Yes, it's quite early, but there are still some results, if you want. I have to say that we present the project in different ways to local authorities, to our stakeholders, and this show a lot of interest. And also the situation, the pandemic situation, also increased the importance of distance learning. And of course, all the people, or not all, but a lot of people understood that to make good distance learning is not the same as to train the people in classrooms. So we need different methodologies and approaches. And yes, and the project give us some idea. The training approach is based on gaming and an extensive use of digital technologies often go beyond the traditional learning settings. And for example, classroom setting, traditional classroom setting with people in presence and so on. And the game-based approach seems to respond in a more effective way to the needs of those who need to recover basic skills. So we try to introduce some examples that we have seen in the project to slowly introduce this in our activities or in the activities of our partners. And this already gives some results, especially thinking to the situation, to the pandemic situation, where a lot of organizations has to move to the online and distance learning. So I would say they could use some of the tools that we analyze and discuss during the game-based training. We are at the beginning, of course, and a lot of work has to be done, but I think that with the next products, such as the training handbook for trainers, this will be very important for us.
That's great. We will obviously be able to review that in time. Games-based training project is part of the Erasmus Plus program. In general terms, have you participated before, or are you finding now Erasmus Plus brings added value to the work you do in general terms?
Yes, generally speaking, I would say yes. We have participated in a lot of different Erasmus Plus projects in the past years, and the participation of partners from different countries and sectors made it possible to compare a wide variety of experiences. In this case, on the use of game-based approaches in training. But generally speaking, for the trainees and continuing trainees, is very important to have the possibility to compare the different experiences in the different countries. So the exchange and discussion among the partners give the possibility to approach the project and the different subjects of the project from different points of view, and combine experiences to bring out the most innovative elements and best practice, I would say. Yeah. So for us, it's very important to have this kind of exchange with the other partners and with the consortium at the European level.
Excellent. I think this is a great overview. And just finally, Simone, just to wrap up, you mentioned the specific circumstances of Switzerland, and you mentioned the impact at the moment of the pandemic. In dealing with that, which are very, very important background factors, how important is a transnational dimension in what we're doing around games-based training?
It's important. Of course, due to the pandemic situation, transnational travel has been suspended, of course, which has obviously affected the possibility of getting to know and experience firsthand, I would say, the different realities and best practice. Before the pandemic situation, we have been in Austria, we have been in Denmark, in different places, and we had the possibility to really experience in the reality the different perspectives. That was very interesting and helpful for us. Of course, now it's a little bit different, but I have to say that this European consortium has managed to organize itself quite well using the online collaboration tools. So also the exchange between the partners could take place through online meetings, which allowed us to maintain the transnational dimension of the project, despite the limited exchange possibility. So yes, I think transnational dimension is of course very important, and to have the possibility to compare, to benchmark with the other countries, is very important. Maybe especially for us that we are outside the European Union, so to have this contact, it's very helpful. Yeah.
Excellent. Simone, thank you very much, and very helpful.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.